Hey guys, how's it going? It's Olly Brown back with another music production video, and today's video is all about breakdowns. So the goal with a breakdown is to basically remove some of the energy from the previous verse, but still progress it and then build it up to the next drop. I guess with a breakdown, you don't want to keep the energy the same as the previous verse, because then if you keep it the same, and then there's no real drop off, and then the next drop won't hit as hard. So yeah, you want to remove that energy a little bit, but still progress it using a few little tips, which I'm going to show you, mainly through automation and a few other little bits and pieces. So yeah, if you like what you see, drop me a like and a subscribe, and yeah, let's get started. All right, so for the first part of for the breakdown, I've kept all the drums, although I've dropped out the bass, and I've introduced this little kind of like this reverse vocal sample, which has got a lot of movement in it, which I'll show you now. So yeah, lots of movement in there, but I'm going to use a filter just to gradually, build it up, open it up, should I say. So yeah, I've grouped the channel here because I've got three of them. So yeah, as you can see, I've got three because one's straight down the middle and the other two are panned, one left, one right. So I'm going to bring it down to about just under 2. And yeah, using the auto filter on the right here, selecting that and then frequency. So yeah, I'm just going to open that up throughout. So yeah, that will gradually open up throughout this 16 bars here. So I've also done the same thing with this pad here, so I'll just play it so you know what it sounds like. So yeah, a nice liquid sounding pad there. I've put a filter on it and I've opened it up throughout. So yeah, starting at 1.5 hertz and then opening it up to just over 3 for the full duration of 16 bars. And also I've added some extra notes towards the end to change the sound a little bit, but we also cover more of the frequency spectrum that way. So yeah, it just sounds a lot richer and a lot fuller. So adding those extra notes, I'll just let you know what that sounds like. Yeah, that's a nice little progression leading into the next part of the breakdown. So the second part of the breakdown, I've done something a little bit different. So I've taken out most of the drums. I've just included the clave, which I'll touch on in a minute. And then I've introduced the bass again, and also a different element of the vocals, which is actually the first thing which I've automated here. So I've used panning to add some movement, and if you've got your headphones on, you can really hear it. So yeah, panning it from left to right, just add something a bit different. I'll show you what that sounds like. So if you come over here to the mixer and then select track panning, and it will bring up the automation tool here, and you can go as wide as you want with this. I've gone as wide as 25 on the right here and about 13 or 14 on the left. But yeah, play with it how you want, see what sounds best for you. So I mentioned earlier that I was keeping in the clave, so I've removed the rest of the drums for this section of the breakdown and just kept the clave. I guess you don't want to remove every single part of the drums just because you want to keep the rhythm there of the track. So yeah, the clave is probably the highest end of the frequency spectrum you can get. So what I've done here is I've added a utility, and I've up the gain on this throughout the that part of the breakdown. The utility you can find in the audio effects section, and you can just add it in. And then yeah, up in the gain slightly throughout, and I'll show you what that looks like. So yeah, it's not increasing in volume too much, but it's just enough that you can hear it. Alright, so the exciting bit, which is the bass line, and I've introduced this because I want the listeners to know that the bass line is coming and the drop is coming. However, where automation comes in handy here is removing the lower frequencies and then adding them back again when the drop hits, and then just so it's more harder hitting. So as you can see here, I've removed the frequency using the EQ. But if you keep it the same, let's just say I'll remove that. And we just keep the bass at its level, the drop will hit and it just won't sound as punchy. So that's why we bring the level down, and so yeah, gradually remove it. So when it gets to about here, fairly non-existent. So introducing the bass lets the listener know that the drop's coming, and I've also introduced a melody as well. So this melody I haven't actually used in any other point of the track, so this is something brand new, but it also gets the listener excited because they know something new's coming in the drop. So this is what the melody sounds like. You can hear it gradually change there towards the end. I'm opening it up with the auto filter, similar to what we've done with previous elements. So yeah, I've put that in and I've upped the frequency. So yeah, it really opens it up towards the end there. Alright, so we've added all that automation, and I'll show you now what it sounds like from the beginning of the breakdown to the drop. So yeah, I'll just start at the end of the previous verse and I'll just play it all the way through and show you what we've got. Alright, so that was how I use automation in my breakdowns. I hope you found it really helpful. So we were able to lower the energy from the verse and then gradually progress it throughout, and then add some elements towards the end to make let the listener know that something's coming in the drop. But I'd like to know, what do you guys use in your breakdowns? Have you got any elements that I've missed here? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you soon for another music production video. Have a good week.